Hey y'all, welcome in. Hope you all's Monday has been amazing thus far. Welcome into the All American Universe live after show right here on Erica Vane TV, where we get to chop it up and break down the series with me. The most recent episode for both All American and All American Homecoming. I'm about to get into this chat and say hey to everybody. I did not post my community tab post, which I typically do because I forgot. I'm so sorry. But drop what you thought about the episode in the chat right now. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I got some thoughts. I have some energy. I have some stirrings about tonight's episodes. We about to really get it in. I kind of want to hear y'all, so I'm trying to figure out if I want to go live on like IG and let y'all chime in and say what you want to say on camera before I get into it. I'm definitely gonna hear y'all out, y'all's thoughts, because I feel away. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I'm in my feelings tonight. But let's start it off how we typically start it off. Wait, where is my... Hold on, y'all. Oh, I just moved the file. So let me go ahead and find this real quick. Sorry. 2 seconds. I'm moving stuff around. New photo chat background artboard. So that y'all can see the chat. But keep dropping in what you thought of today's episodes. Both All American Homecoming. Just, sound off. What's it called? There we go. I think. Yes. All right, there we go. Fixed it. All right, let me go back to the top and see who we have up in here tonight. Thank y'all for joining me. I really appreciate the fact that y'all show up every single Monday night. Official Dejanay, hey, you were first. Yes, Laz was second. What's up? Desiree, you were third. Hey. Nia Love, how are you? Tink loves the music. Hey. Elise, hey. Come on, Eve, this episode was spicy. Which one? All American or All American Homecoming? Because guess what? I'm going to be spicy about my All American talk tonight. I have some thoughts. Hey, LaShonda Johnson. Hey, Bria. Vanessa. Shanoa, how are you? Emily was good. Hey, HUH. What's up, Shari? How are you? You missed the first 10 minutes of AA, so I didn't get why Liv was upset, but I got caught up as they proceeded. Child, we gonna talk about Olivia now. Hey, Jazzy Pooh, Irene, Adriana, hi, welcome in. Irene, welcome in. Angela, Chris, Vanessa, Christina. Hey, I'm seeing some new faces tonight. What's up? Welcome in, y'all. Hey, Zai. Hey, Keish. Shout out to the member Keish in the chat right now. Michaela, hi. Sweetness. Hey, boo. Kofi, what's up? Thank you. Thank you. I'll be trying to come on here looking like something. So, y'all have my voice, but not the Google Home going off upstairs and child. I try to put myself together on camera now, y'all. I'll be trying. Thank you, Naya. Welcome in. Esamelo, another member. Hey, Melissa. Shout out to all the members in the chat. Y'all are some real ones. I appreciate your subscription to the channel. Y'all are the best. Breeson, hey, I am doing pretty good. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I'm a little tired. This Monday, I have been dragging along. How are y'all feeling on this interesting Monday? I think I'm starting to all of the things that I'm doing starting to catch up with me. So I am very tired, but I have some thoughts and some emotions about these episodes. So that's what's going to really fuel me as we talk tonight, because I'm low-key pissed. Hey, Mercedes. Did I get everybody? I think I did. Let me double check. Young King, how are you? Jen Marie, hey boo, I haven't seen your name in a while. How are you? Nadira, hi. Vaughn C, hey. You watching Homecoming? Okay, finish watching Homecoming. I appreciate you popping in to say hey. Homecoming was given tonight. Well, it gives every single week, honestly. Like, it just keeps getting better and better, and I'm enjoying it so much. I think that's everybody. All right, let me go back and see what y'all saying about the episode. Okay, Jazzy Pooh said both episodes were fire. Oh, let me move over because I'm like cutting my face in half with the chat. HUH says, man, if I love Olivia one more time, they are giving forever love vibes for real, for real. Are they now, HUH? Are they? Okay. Angela says, Patience and Coop's storyline is the only interesting story on the show right now. All American has been boring these last couple episodes. Homecoming is amazing, though. Angela, what I will say is that it has definitely been a shift in energy and a shift in story on All American. And I think we're all really just trying to readjust because, yeah, it's interesting. So I ain't even gonna knock you for your opinion. I'm not gonna say I agree 110% because I do really love Layla's storyline. But you know, there's some space and some areas of opportunity, and I don't know if it's simply because they are taking the whole show in a different direction, because to me this All American feels very different than All American from seasons 1 and 2. Both episodes was good. You haven't caught All American Homecoming, but AA was fire. All American Homecoming was really, really good tonight. Nia Love says, both episodes had me screaming so good. Homecoming was fire. Okay. All American Homecoming was good. I'm going to have to go rewatch All American. I missed the first 30 minutes. Not missed the whole first 30 minutes. Child. I feel like the first 30 minutes of All American was the best part of it. And then... well, I'm gonna tell y'all what I think and why, because I got some very unpopular opinions tonight. Simone, catch your feelings for Damon. Don't do that. They trying to make her though, but don't do that. Don't. It's the reverse for me. I'm tired of Patience and Coop's drawn out storyline. Coop is always in some mess. Ooh. Homecoming was messy, child. Now I'm totally here for it. Where's Maury at when we need him, huh? Where? Zai says, yes, both were amazing their first fight. HUH says she just needs to let Patience go ahead and thrive without her. Y'all think Simone just realized her feelings. So that's what y'all think the elevator scene was? Because I don't know if it was necessarily that. I get, you see him walk off with this other girl so you could get that. But I don't know. And looking at it, I feel like there's so much that could be placed on that moment aside from her just, oh, I actually do have feelings for him, So, and that's just not just me being a Jermone, shipper, and I'm going to go down with the ship. That's just me. Like, I was really looking towards the end, and I went back and watched that part again, just based off of their dialogue to also tie it to what they were doing. It was good. Both my babies had their fight. That was petty. Jermone is sinking fast. I don't know about that. I think that Jermone was giving what long distance relationships give in real life, especially when you're in college. I think that all relationships go through problems, and as long as they like Amara said, as long as y'all have open communication and y'all are honest, then you're gonna be good. To me, I think it was the best fight handled of the night. And I really appreciate that the parties took accountability at the levels and the degrees that they should have taken accountability. There's way too much one person over apologizes and the other person never apologizes. For me, that's happening in All American Universe. And we're going to speak on it once I get through the rest of y'all's little thoughts about the episode. HUA says, I already know how you feel about Damon, Simone, and Jory's storyline. I think I know how you feel anyway. I'll tell you. Damon, you are her friend. That's it. Shout out to the commenter. I can't remember his name right now, but he was like, Erica, I don't mean no offense, but I think that you don't want Damon and Simone to get together because of Jordan. And I was like, that ain't no offense, it's the truth. That, and I think that the storyline is unoriginal AF. So, yeah, those two things are the reason. Both episodes were fire, says Kofi. Spencer talking to Liv. Emoji face. Did I do it right? Listen, I was excited to see the Spencer James that I saw in the first 30 minutes of this episode. I'm not even gonna hold you. Nia Love agrees with Irene, says I feel the same. She maybe kind of new, but it really hit her that weekend. Thank you so much, HUH. She knows that she's here, but she didn't catch the episode either. Just wanted to say hey. Okay, I hope that you were able to see me say hey back to you. Lawrence, hey, welcome in. It's a lot of theories on Twitter trying to figure out who is whose parents. Yo, like the way they got us doing the math like we Julia Roberts in that daggone meme, like who is who? And I don't know if Auntie Amara is lying or not, because her little long stares and just, I can just reassure you that I am not Damon's mom. But then you go talk to freaking Coach Turner and you just like, girl, we is tired. We is tired, honey. Homecoming is your material, girl. Yes, Naya. Jim Marie says Jordan reminded me why I hate him in the episode of Homecoming. Why? I wanted Jordan to bring way more smoke than he brought. So he didn't even need me as backup the way he wasn't bringing enough smoke. He runs through Beverly Hills with way more smoke than he brought down to Atlanta. Angela says, let's talk about Homecoming. Baby Simone tried to throw Jordan off, talking about all her interactions with Damon was about his birth mother. Girl, Jordan sees how you get jealous over Damon. Y'all are interesting. Laura really let the kids run her out of her house. Couldn't be me. Sorry, I tweeted that Billy do not deserve Laura. Because, Laura just literally continues to show up and show out for her family and this man. And while I'm happy that you have her, Billy Baker, but you don't deserve Laura Baker. Because that lady, she cut from a different cloth. She's really cut from a different cloth. Spencer Alonzo James was cutting up this episode. He was cutting up, but I think in ways that y'all ain't gonna necessarily agree. Spencer was about to make me pull up to the imaginary campus and get in his... Okay. Both episodes were good. Hey, Cendrika, welcome in. JR is this boy, though, but at the same time, is he free tonight? Y'all, I can't. So, but I will say, Naya... Are we not feeling JR Snake vibes that I have been saying that he's had this whole time? His mannerisms give Snake, Naya. It might not even be intentional, but he just gives Snake. And it don't help that his storyline is tied to him sneaking around and trying to find out something. Like, he was 100% giving Snake this episode. Okay. Eunice, hey, welcome in. I still believe in Simone. It might take time, but they will get there. Child, well, don't hold your breath, honey, but do whatever's gonna make you feel good, okay? Jordan saw the stare between Damon and Simone at the table. He can't deny what's happening. Simone is wrong for that. Child, the whole thing was very interesting, but let's start it off and talk about All American before we get into Homecoming. Maybe I should start with All American Homecoming. Well, first, actually, before I get into this, let's rate the episodes, y'all. What do y'all rate All American tonight on a scale of 1 to 10? What are you rating All American? You right, Naya. He was very honest about that. But we gonna talk about it. We drop it in the chat now. What are we rating? Start with Homecoming. Y'all want me to start with Homecoming? All right, let's vote and see what we. All right, we're gonna do this. I'm only doing the poll for like 4 minutes, y'all. Y'all got 4 minutes to vote on which show we starting with tonight. There's 93 people in here right now. I'm gonna need 93 likes. Go ahead and give this video a like while we jump in and have this conversation. Hey, Sonia, welcome in. Eric, what's up? Tara, what's up? How are you? Samaj, hey. A. Fulton, hey. Come on, A. Fulton with the 7.5. Jen Marie with the 7.5. We're voting on if we're going to start talking about All-American or if we're going to start talking about All-American Homecoming first tonight. Right now, All-American is leading the charge. While y'all do that, I can go and grab some, like, screenshots. We're going to do like 2 more minutes of voting, y'all. All-American or All-American Homecoming? What are we starting off with? Hey, Kenny. Hey, Mimi. Crystal. Hey, what's up? Sonia, when Jordan walked in, I was actually on a FaceTime with Melissa and Naya, and I hollered at Simona, get her ass up. Yes, don't forget to give the video a like, y'all. Give the video a like. Girl, Naya, ain't nobody even say nothing about Jordan versus JR. I cannot give him more supportive friend vibes. All right. The poll up at the top, y'all. I don't know where it is on y'all's screen, but in the top of the chat is for us to figure out if we're going to talk about All-American or All-American Homecoming first tonight. Thank you so much, A. Fulton. I appreciate it. And, you know, spoiler alert, I have some thoughts, some very, very visceral feelings about All-American tonight. So it might be the best bet for us to start with All-American Homecoming because I thoroughly enjoyed that episode. But I got some emotional responses to All-American. All-American. All right. About a minute and a half left, y'all, to vote. It's still looking like we're going to be going with All-American. It's 67% right now. If you haven't voted, go ahead and vote. I can't see who voted for what, so don't be afraid of, like, voting for something and thinking, like, oh, I'm voting against what you want to do. That's not the case. Okay. What are we getting out now? You want to get my emotional response out now? My pistivity of it all, my irritation. All right. I want to be able to talk in the chat because I need to shower, but I'm going to be listening through my speaker. All right, Desiree. Nice. I said it though. Listen, you gonna stand behind Jamal. So I'm gonna stand behind JR. Listen, I told you JR needs to stand behind you, Naya. Otherwise, I'm still on his head. Okay, so reposition yourself. If you behind him, he's open, honey. He is open for direct fire. There's no ceasefire until he gets behind Naya. Like, I thought we already talked about this. All right, y'all voted. Y'all voted for All-American, so we're gonna go ahead and start with All-American. Hopefully the rest of y'all are still here once I'm done ethering y'all's fave, because I have thoughts, okay? So this episode, right? When I tell y'all I was loving this episode up until probably like maybe halfway through, maybe 40 minutes through. I can't really call it. I was loving it. I was loving the tension. I was loving just seeing the drama unfold in different people's lives and feeling like, okay, we're getting thrust into people's stories. One thing that I'm struggling with, I think, with All-American right now is that too many people's stories are interconnected in a way that it feels like if one character ain't moving forward, then no characters are moving forward. And that really, really kind of bothers me. So at the start of this episode, it felt more like, okay, everybody has some of their things going on. Everybody has whatever they have going on and we're dealing with it. And I was really, really enjoying it. I was enjoying it so much so that I was literally sending voice note or video notes to Naya and Melissa. Like, oh my God, this episode is giving. Yes. Oh my God, this happened. I can't believe he did this. Oh my God. Da-da-da. Like, all the way up until like the 30 or 40 minute mark. And it was just like, I take back everything I said. Naya and Melissa in the chat can confirm for y'all. I am dead serious, not lying. That has been my night of watching it. Like, our whole little thread, like there's literally just a sequence of things where I was like so excited. All right, forget everything that I just said because I'm annoyed now. And shout out to All-American Homecoming that resurrected my mood. I hated how the All-American ended. I just feel like it is more of the same and I don't necessarily agree with the same. And it's really kind of pissing me off. So in this episode, Spencer is deep diving into, his place of where does he fall on the team? Why doesn't the head coach give him some type of respect? He's trying to get some playing time. He can't seem to get no playing time. And he's confronted pretty much by the head coach while he's throwing a damn tantrum. Like, yo, I did not actually select you. The scholarship that you have, I was going to give to this other player, but I wanted coach so-and-so more. So he made a contingency or a clause in his contract that you had to come with him. So here you are. At the end of the day, I never asked for you to be here, and I'm not even seeing why you should be here. Now, I know that some people who are going to get in their sensitive bag and going to get, all up in arms because Spencer is a fave and how could that head coach talk to him like that and all of this. No, that to me was so authentic. This is money. And it's even more so now when it comes to collegiate sports because now everybody can get paid. Not just the university and the coaches, but the players can get paid. This is money. This is basically like you're in the pre-pros. So when it comes down to it, if you're not delivering on a certain level, somebody's going to tell you that. That is just how it happens. Now, people can look at that like it's toxic or problematic or whatever. I went through it. I don't see no problem with Spencer going through it. And honestly, I felt like Spencer was completely dead ass wrong, throwing the tantrum that he did, running up on a coach. Like these kids, Asher, Spencer, Jordan, and how they really find, like they literally, I don't know if it's on sale at Walmart, if it's like a rollback or something, and they just go and grab the whole bin every month so that they really, really stocked up on audacity. But these kids go and find large amounts of audacity that allows them to get up on their high horse and then march over to any adult or any leader or any coach and tell them how they feel and tell them what it's supposed to be and tell them how it need to be. I wish the hell I would as a freshman come up to assistant coach, head coach, student coach, any coach and tell them anything. No, Spencer, are you high, sir? Did you hit some weed? Like, what are y'all doing out here at this damn beach house? Because the math ain't mathing. This is not what you're supposed to be doing. But I will say this. I loved it because it is true to Spence's character. And it's also adding additional drama and conflict, right? Within Spence's story. So I was loving it. I'm watching him spiral. I'm watching him be ridiculous. I'm watching him. I was just like, Spencer, I don't know what the hell you got going on, but I'm so excited for this man to check you. And when the head coach checked him, I was like, well, shit. It's the truth. And he needs to learn it. And honestly, like, in seeing how the head coach handled Spencer, while I didn't agree with Jordan last episode, right, y'all? Like, I didn't agree with Jordan being the one to say, oh, he ain't picking favorites, yada, yada, yada. I think Spencer, the head coach, had it so right when he said in this episode, like, you're trying to pay today's bills with yesterday's money, basically. Like, you put in work and you accomplished this, or you built up this currency beforehand. And yeah, you were Spencer James, All-American, high school recruit, leader in Crenshaw, boop-de, all these things. Great. You're not there no more. You're not there. It's like you being from America, amassing all of this money in America, and then going over to another country where they use a different currency, and then you mad because you can't get everything that you want because the currencies don't line up. Like, the math ain't math, Spencer. And you're not, to me, Spencer's not putting his head down and working enough. Like, yeah, we getting these little montages of him in the weight room, doing all this and running and it. Okay, sir, that's cute. But that was also what you diverted to when you were in high school. So when you felt down, and when you felt behind, or when you felt like you needed to be ahead of the game, this is the same thing that you did in high school. You're at a new level now, so you have to do new things. I love at the end of the episode where he has to, like, I'm going to go and I'm going to study this and I'm going to research this and I'm going to deep dive into this. But then. I honestly really don't want to talk about it publicly because I'm not really about to argue with y'all on this good internet tonight. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to argue with y'all. I'm about to say what I want to say. And whether you agree or not, I said it, and by golly, Miss Molly, it's the truth that I understand, okay? While Spencer is dealing with all of his football trauma and issues and things that are happening around that, and ultimately, y'all, all of this little whirlwind that Spencer's actually going through right now is all his fault, because he didn't have to confront the assistant coach, especially in front of everybody where the head coach can hear it. He literally, yes, when he said to Olivia, my football scholarship is on the line and I'm about to lose everything. You were right, but you also put yourself in that position. Dude, go to practice, go to film, go to position meetings, and shut your goofy ass up, Spencer. Like, I cannot. I can't with him. But again, that's not the part that I have a problem with. That gives me the whole, I'm locked in and I'm like, you my homie, like, you, Spencer, I love you down, but you did wrong. Like, that's the moment that we're in while we're watching it. What I didn't enjoy about this episode was getting the first 30 minutes where we see Spencer having his issue, Olivia Latrice Baker. This is why I said I did not want you to become a sponsor. This episode right here is why you should not be a sponsor in this season of your life. That's the first thing. I'm going to go ahead and sit that there. And I'm going to come back to the chat, y'all, but I'm going to go ahead and get on a run, and then I'm going to come back and read what y'all got to say. But right now I need to get this off my spirit because I'm pissed about it. Spencer got what he got going on in football. Olivia now is reeling because they cannot find Jen. Her parents are calling, and they're calling Olivia, who is a college student on campus, to come and find their child who happens to be at the Slauson Cafe. What kind of parents are these? Don't y'all live in Crenshaw? Didn't y'all check there first? Like, where does the girl hang out at? What? Olivia now turns this into a thing, a whole thing. She has to leave school. Jordan has to leave school with her. She's calling Spencer. Spencer, you need to come help me. I can't help you right now. I'm doing hot girl. It's like, no, I can't help you right now. I'm finna lose my scholarship. Click. Okay. Spencer was wrong for hanging up on her. However, I love seeing it. I don't hang up on people in real life because I feel like it's the ultimate form of disrespect. So I don't do it, and I take it very personally when people do it to me. But watching it on the television, I was like, well, that's how you choose you. And you already spiraling. You already got what you got going on. So, okay. So Olivia goes and gets a call shortly after finding out that she's missing, that, okay, girls at Slauson Cafe. Cool. We figure out the story mirrors. One thing I'm not actually excited for, I think that they're really going to try to give us more insight to Olivia and her sobriety journey and all that we haven't seen by way of Jen, because even with this episode, they really had us see what Jen was going through, and Jen's like, well, yeah, it's me going back to school and being around all the people that, you know, I was around when I was doing drugs, and it was really hard for me. We never got that moment with Olivia, but in this moment, we literally get, oh yeah, I understand that. I was there. I feel that. And I'm not excited about that, y'all. Honestly, I want to see more from Olivia's character for her perspective. But honestly, I think that they're using Jen as a proxy to give us more context and color. So we're going to see a lot of the things mirroring. Whatever Olivia's experience is, we're probably going to see it play out with Jen. They're sitting, they're doing this. Jordan is there for moral support. Jordan's ass don't need to be there. Olivia gets an attitude because Spencer is not there to help her find Jen and basically put Jen's life back together in this moment of crisis. And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, girl, that ain't his sponsor. It shouldn't even be yours. What? And this is the prime example of why when people say you have to be at a certain level when you're leaving high school and going off to college and staying in a relationship. You have to be at a certain level within your relationship to be pursuing collegiate football and pro football and then staying in a relationship from high school. The fact that Olivia wanted Spencer to prioritize finding Jen in this episode was asinine to me. And it really kind of pissed me off because this is literally not the Olivia that we saw the episode before. The episode before, she was trying to make sure that he wasn't compromising the things that he needed to compromise so that he could show up fully in football. And that being, and her, and what they decided to do and fitting her in on snack time was one of those things that she's like, if we can't do it, then we don't need to do it. But then now all of a sudden you got an attitude after this boy just got told that he ain't even supposed to be here from the man up top, and you have no idea what's going on. You don't ask any questions. Like, honestly, I was like immediately triggered when she was on the phone and before Spencer decided to go in on her behind, because it really felt like when she was standing in that dang house in Miss Grace's house after the it felt like season 3 when she was standing in Miss Grace's house asking Spencer to go with her back to her house, and he's telling her no, she needs to take this journey on her own, and she says, oh, I thought you loved me, because funny, it don't feel like it, because he decided to say no. I literally went back with her response to him before he actually let her know, like, yo, it's a bunch of stuff happening on my end right now. I was immediately taken back to that and immediately off put, like, girl, what? He's supposed to stop everything that he's doing to go find Jen? He's supposed to stop what he's doing to... What? What if he was in practice? What if he was in film? Also, what I think is very unrealistic is, like, when you are on scholarship specifically, let's go back to what I said initially. This is money, y'all. This is real live money. Them people are paying for you to be there. A note to make. Jordan, it don't matter where he does because he's a walk-on. They ain't paying for his to be there. So they don't care if he shows up or not. I mean, they care because of the team. But nobody's putting out money for him. When you are a collegiate athlete on a scholarship, you cannot just do whatever the hell you want to do. I literally experienced my freshman year. I couldn't be on the phone after 9 p.m. My own cell phone in my own dorm room. Upperclassmen, coaches would come through and do sweeps. You cupcaking on the phone? Oh, it's cute. You got a boyfriend or whatever, but you need to stay focused. We have practice at 4 a.m. We have practice at 5 a.m. You on the phone? Give me that phone. So it's wild to me how last episode we were in a space of like, oh, we just got to do what we got to do to get our dreams. And in this episode, now we got an attitude because he actually is staying focused on what he got to do, and you got to go find Jen at Slauson Cafe? You got to go find Jen? The sponsee that you're not even supposed to have because this is too soon since your last relapse? Like, what are we actually doing? I get it. It gave the energy of like, okay, the first fight, and this is officially their first fight, but I hate this for them. I hate that this was their first fight because to me, Olivia had no grounds to stand on. It was Jen. And not that Jen isn't an important character, because she is, but that comes with complication in and of itself. And this was a decision that you made, Olivia. It pissed me off. And the cherry on the top of the festivity cake for me, y'all, was at the very end when Spencer does all of this to make up. We have watched Spencer now for seasons. All of season 3. So I'm going to say episodes, because typically, like, for the first part of this season, we haven't really seen any strife when it comes to them. So I'm just going to go ahead and say the season 3. We have watched this boy chase her, coddle her, enable her to an extent, overly apologize to her. When we arrived at the end of that episode and he is just like so sorry, as if he's the only one wrong, I was just like, I have had it. At what point is Olivia going to realize, like, and Olivia going to be the one fully initiating, like, oh yeah, nah, I was completely out of line here? She didn't give me enough of that energy, and it really just sat bad on my spirit. I'm like, this boy, they put together a whole picnic and whatever, romantic whatever, to completely make up for what happened, and she walked in with an attitude like she didn't do anything wrong this entire time. And I was like, what happened to the original plot of the movie? I don't understand. I know I'm seeing tweets of like people saying that Olivia could be about to end. I don't know, honestly, because for them to go through what they went through at the top half of the episode, but then them to wrap it up in this like little neat bow where Spencer comes pretty much groveling back, it's like, I don't think that they're going to end anytime soon. But I hate this for Spencer in that, you know what? The cherry on the top of the festivity cake was not the damn picnic at the beach house that Spencer's ass shouldn't be living in anyway. That's another note. You are a collegiate athlete on scholarship. Why are you not in somebody's dorm? Why are you staying in the Malibu beach house and then talking about you late to class? You late to class because your ass ain't even on campus, Spencer. That's a whole other rant for another time. The actual cherry on top of the festivity cake, I don't even know how I forgot this for a second, but this was it. This is the thing that set me off. Spencer arrives at the end of the episode, y'all. And he like, yeah, coach, I'm so sorry. I was wrong. I, lashed out. I did this, I did that. But you know what? I'm changing my complete approach. I figured it out now. I'm going to move different. Okay, cool. In an hour, I'm coming back and I'm going to watch every single bit of film. And if you going to have me, I would love to go through it with you so I could just readjust my approach and come at this better than ever. Oh, bet. I'm with it. I love your energy. Why in an hour? Why not now? Because I have other priorities. Did Spencer phone ring? Is Miss Grace in the hospital? Has Coop been shot again? Has Billy slipped and fell? No. The answer is no. He got to have snack time with Olivia. So you mean to tell me your coach that tied you to his contract to be at this school made sure that you got this opportunity that was probably going to be one of the best opportunities in your life to set you up to go forward, is ready and willing and able to drop whatever he's doing right now and go do film with you. But you can't because you got to go have Reese's Pieces with Olivia? Spencer, how the hell does that make sense? The math ain't mathing for me. And it's not that I don't want him to spend time with Olivia. It's like, Y'all need to prioritize what y'all have going on. If your relationship is as solid as you say, if your relationship is as dope as you say, then you should be able to do things on your own. You should be able to hyper focus on whatever it is that you have to hyper focus on in the moment or the season that you have to hyper focus on it, and y'all should be good. I was like, I am bewilderment. What? You literally have the opportunity right now to get a head start and jump. And like, this coach is like, boom, bet, I'm with it. I'm all for it. Oh, but wait a second. Let me go have some orange juice in the park with Olivia real quick. I'll be right back. It's not realistic. It's not realistic at all. And I know that they're trying to tell the story of Spencer trying to find balance. But honestly, you don't get to balance. It doesn't work. I'm not saying that you can't have a relationship, but you have to have a relationship that's built on trust and that's built on patience and leniency. When it comes to dating somebody, especially when you're in college and you're a collegiate athlete and they're not. So I'm going to go ahead and equate it to me. I was an athlete at school and my little whatever was back at home being raggedy. He ain't know nothing about what I had going on. But I was not available to him at any given point in time. I was not like... It just does not work like that. And to be honest, a lot of people want to look at it and like, I'm coming for Olivia or coming for Spolivia. But the truth of the matter is, Spencer's number one focus right now should be Spencer. Olivia's number one focus right now should be Olivia. And if their relationship can work with both of them prioritizing themselves, then stay together and keep it going. If not, if you feel like you really have to give additional time and energy and effort, like extensive effort to prioritizing someone else in a time where you literally cannot fit anything else on your plate, that makes no sense, boo. It really makes no sense. And if somebody's going to expect that of you, then they're ultimately expecting you to sacrifice some of the steps towards your dreams. And it pisses me off because one, she did it in this episode and then he fell right into it, or they have him. They wrote it like this. So they have them doing this. But then it made me even more mad because they set us up to believe that she was not going to do this. Literally one episode ago. I don't understand it at all. Jen? I'm supposed to leave practice to go find Jen? What? Okay. Let me drink some water and let me see what y'all saying, because I've been talking now, I feel like, for like 20 minutes and y'all are probably like over. Oh, wait, it's 118 of y'all in here. Okay, so maybe y'all feeling me. Hey, Antonio. I hope you didn't catch the tail end of me going off. Let's see what y'all are saying. Oh, y'all probably trying to ether my ass in this chat tonight. All right, I'm trying to get to where I started at, y'all. Tink Loves Music says the egos were floating like blimps. Whose egos? Is it multiple egos? Because it definitely was. Oh, dang. Wait, y'all were... Okay. All right, here it is. Let's hear E. Shari says, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I miss Cam and his smart ass mouth. Cam is giving everything over on Homecoming. Ray Lee says there are way too many storylines on the show now, in my opinion. I don't know if it's way too many storylines or if it's just that it's way too many of them that are so interdependent. But I understand what you're saying. Jen Marie says, I was with head coach, bruh. Spencer ain't all that in college. He got to earn that clout. Yes. C. BRINGSTON says the scene was so real. Spencer should work hard to show that he deserves to be there. Shandrika says, if anything, Spencer should have humbled himself and been thankful that the coach believed in him that much and then work for it. Yes. Like, what were you going to do? Quit in that moment? Like, I didn't, okay, so I'm going to try to be super, super clear because it's very easy for people to misunderstand me, I feel like. But it made for great TV. Like, Spencer's storyline made for great TV, and watching him spiral and kick up dust and try to act like he was being humble, but he really wasn't being humble, and watching his ego go off. But I just didn't understand, like, how he really was completely missing it. Angry Man Spencer just resurfaced. Okay, HUH, he came out of nowhere. The audacity is on clearance, and I'm gonna need to go and buy some from wherever they buying it from, because clearly this is how we supposed to be moving. Jordan just happy to be on the team, period. Goes missing in action for a whole day, and they don't even care. Spencer spent too much time in Beverly that he think that he can talk to head coach like that. Exactly. I believe the head coach gave Spencer a reality check, and deep down he knows that Spencer is great and he's pushing him to be his best. MBS. Maybe. I mean, to this point, he's seen Spencer working out a little bit, but he keeps seeing Spencer throw more tantrums than he's seeing him actually do what he's supposed to be there to do. Spencer spent too much time with JJ. Something happened to Spencer. Spencer has yet to practice or bond with his teammates, which bothers me. Jen Marie, there's so much happening in Spencer's life that don't have nothing to do with what he say his goal is. I get it. You have a girl, Olivia, and all that jazz. But yes, he's not even bonding with his teammates. This is pivotal. You trying to get playing time and get yourself up on that daggone board. But yeah, you ain't done no lunches or nothing with none of your teammates. You ain't trying to get in with the quarterback to be like, yo, can you speak up for me? Or can we do this like he would do with Jordan when they were back at Beverly? Like, what's going on? Okay, some of y'all was agreeing with me when I was going off. Y'all saying, say it, say that. Keep it respectful and cute in the chat. Yes. Hey, Recam, how are you? Okay, y'all was feeling it. Y'all was feeling up into a point. I love Preach being a mentor in the classroom with the boys. They were genuinely enjoying what was being discussed. Yes, we're going to come back and talk about Preach once we get to Billy Baker. Kenny Ford says, I can see that this sponsee going missing triggered her, which is why I agree with you, E. She triggered and Spencer was frustrated. Yeah, which happens. It happens. I think, to me, what would have really brought everything full circle is if Olivia was a little bit more remorseful at the end. Lauren says, yo, Spencer was like, you on your own. And sometimes it be like that. Like, I live in Los Angeles, right? Like, my family is back in Baltimore and in Detroit. Sometimes things happen and I'm not going to be able to do anything about it. Sometimes we have to just handle things on our own. It doesn't mean that we love that person any less or those people any less. And this was definitely one of those things. Like, Jen, like, I really feel like Soulja Boy up at the Breakfast Club, like, Jen? What is happening? You laughed so hard when he said, I don't care, hung up. Tink Loves Music says, Olivia is a sponsor. She shouldn't need any backup. That water is good. Shout out to you, Tink. Spencer wasn't wrong for hanging up. Nia Love says it's either she's supportive or she not. Put your big girl's panties on, Liv. Stand up. Stand up. You weaken the knees in this episode. Stand up, sis. Okay, I gotta get through these comments a lot faster because I know I'm moving so slow. Christina Walker says, is it wrong that I love the fact that Spencer shut Olivia down? He's always putting himself second to her, which proves how much he loves her. But Olivia went back to being selfish. Christina, you're not wrong for loving it. You're not. And I think that that's why I really struggle with the end of the episode, because it felt like he spent this time putting his foot down, even though he did it in a way was very confrontational, was very because you know he was already in a bad place. But he spent that time in the episode doing that, only to just revert back at the end of the episode and make sure that she felt real coddled and taken care of. And it's like, no, you had others to worry about. And going back to what Tink said, I believe it was Tink. She technically should, if she's ready to be a sponsor, she shouldn't need backup. Nurse Joy ain't need backup to show up for you. Oh, all right. Rayleigh says, I never understood why Nurse Joy suggested that being a sponsor was her responsibility now that she was better. She's a teenager and shouldn't be responsible for anyone. Love it. Love, love, love that. Yes, Kenny. And Kenny says, I think it has nothing to do with her needing help with her sponsee. I think she was triggered and felt like she needed the support, which is why she shouldn't be a sponsor. Literally. Honestly, this episode really presented the whole scenario that I anticipated would happen the moment Olivia signed up to be a sponsor. It was really weird. Olivia can't panic every time she's needed as a sponsor. Nurse Joy, where are you? Nurse Joy, come take Jen back. Because Olivia is a new college student in a relationship and trying to build a journalism career. Her plate is fulleth, okay? Her plate is fulleth. Recam says Olivia is too used to Spencer babying her. She definitely overreacted on that phone call, and I'm glad he put her in her place. Ooh. Well, Nia says it gave episode 9, season 3 for sure not a good look. Period. And she was giving straight hair live. Yeah, Charlotte. She was giving straight hair live. And we hate it. I'm moving so slow. I'm so sorry, y'all. Shit. Y'all have really long comments. Okay. Liv is used to Spencer chasing her and always being there. That's just not realistic in this season. And she should know that having a whole professional athlete as a father. Exactly. Like, I think that's what really pissed me off is it feels like nothing has been learned. Like, you are 100% fine with this boy chasing after you and dropping everything for you. And while it's cute in theory, he cannot do that right now. He is at the bottom of the totem pole in the one thing that he wants to do with the rest of his life. And you want him to make sure to prioritize you and what you decide to do with your life. He supported you in being a sponsor because it's something that you said that you wanted to do, but that's not a choice that he made. He shouldn't have to go on that journey with you if he don't have the capacity to do it. And that just brings up another conversation, y'all, when we are expecting something from the people that love us and that we love. It's like you also have to take into account those people and what they have the capacity for. It's not just all about us. Angela says she acted like what she had going on was more important and he should have been there no matter what. I hope Olivia don't become this clingy girl that needs Spencer for every little thing. I'm hoping not either, but it was definitely giving girl why, which is why I said I don't like this being their first major fight. It's like, why it had to be over this? It would be a different story if it was something with her. Like if he and I anticipate, well, I don't know if they're going to go down this road because I don't know what they're doing with her sobriety journey. But like when it comes to something threatening her health specifically or her livelihood specifically and him being put in a tough situation of if he can't leave and then she's going through something super terrible herself, that's one thing. That's something to like stake your claim on. And that's a good hill to die on of like, I almost took a pill or took a drink or whatever. I could better understand that then. But when it came to this and Jen, I was just like, it's an absolute hell no for me. Tink says, you don't have to worry about anybody getting on your head because we all agree with you. You know what? You're right, Tink, because the real haters and the trolls who have been lurking on my channel, they like to just go to Tumblr and write think pieces about me and talk on Twitter. So you're right. This is all love here. I don't even know why I was a little apprehensive to go ahead and tell y'all exactly how I think, because this channel, y'all ride for me. You might not agree with everything that I say, but y'all ride for me, and we have these conversations, and I absolutely love it, and I adore y'all for it. Shout out to y'all for creating a safe space for me and hoping that I'm creating a safe space for y'all to be able to share how you feel, and we can connect over this media that gets us all hyped up in this way. So thank you, Tink. You are so right about that. Okay. Nadira, okay. In Olivia's defense, Spencer talked to her mad wild, laugh my ass off. I feel like she was just scared and needed support from her boyfriend, and she was already frustrated, so she was just acting on that. Okay, Nadira. She was scared and she was frustrated. Spencer was talking to her mad wild. Any of that makes it okay for her to expect this from him. I'm just curious for a follow-up. I know I'm behind, so I'm going to have to get down to your comment once you post it. But actually, do y'all want to come on screen? Does anybody want to come on screen and talk about this episode? Because we can go live on Instagram and I can patch it in. Zai says, I hear you, E, but Spencer still had to apologize. Men, even when they not wrong, have to apologize for the peace of the relationship. Zai, baby. Not that I said that. I think that Spencer, if he was wrong, it was how he spoke to her, or like the hanging up or whatever. That part is wrong. And I'm not saying that he should not have apologized. I was saying that the way the apology went down, it felt very one-sided for him. Like he was taking the brunt of everything that went wrong for their first fight. And to me, she has more to claim than she actually claimed. So I'm not saying that either one of them just should not have apologized, but I will address your comment in that no, I don't think that men in a relationship should apologize simply for the peace of the relationship. The peace of the relationship should be getting to the bottom and the honest truth of whatever is actually going on. And even if it's not the thing, it could be the thing under the thing. Like, let's go ahead and address that. Please do not be in a relationship with me and just be telling me you sorry and your ass is really not sorry. Because we're not getting nowhere. That's not giving a healthy relationship to me. Boo-boo, I'm sorry. Tava, I think you are pissed too. Okay, shout out to whoever's pissed as well. Centrica says, I don't think it was about Jen specifically. It felt like it was more so him not having much time for her. Centrica, but he shouldn't have no time right now for her. He is in the first semester of his collegiate career, both academically and with football. He ain't got no time. Girl, you were supposed to be working at the LA Tribune and being a collegiate student your damn self. You shouldn't have time. Jim Marie says Spencer going to break up with her. Watch, it's going to be mid-season when he finally catches his stride on the team and realize Liv is wanting way more than he can give. Ooh. Child. I mean, but not the way that they kind of have him crawl back to her. I don't know. But listen, that's something. That's something. Eric says, thank you. I said the same thing. Like, sir, what do you mean you have other priorities? You just said that you was making this a priority. I wish the hell I would ask the coach to come watch film with me and be like, all right, I'll be right back. He said he had to find balance, Erica. Miss Scott says, Erica, I'm 100% with you in this entire rant. Okay. Not y'all responding completely different than how I thought y'all was going to respond. In Spencer's defense, HU8 says, I think he's still getting there. He's still learning how to find that balance, and we may get to see things unfold in upcoming episodes. I think he needs to hurry up along and realize that there ain't no balance, but go ahead, keep trying, okay? Antonio says facts, there's definitely ain't no balance. That's why I'm single now. Not you confirming, but putting yourself out there. I'm here for it. Okay, have I caught up with the comments? I think I did. Okay, Kofi, you want to go on Instagram? We ride into the end. Let's go eat. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to y'all. Oh, I really got a dope community, okay? I'm just going through this whole chat trying to keep up, y'all. She should have called her own sponsor if she needed backup. Nia! That is a great... I didn't even think of that. Why didn't we call Nurse Joy? We gonna grab Jordan? It's giving grab anybody who's available at the time. Call Nurse Joy. Hey, I'm having my very first moment with my sponsee. I don't know if I'm going to handle it correctly. I can't find her. I'm very nervous. I don't know. I might be feeling triggered. Nurse Joy is who you call. What is Jordan Spencer going to do for you? Aside from rub your back as you still search for this girl who is just at Slauson Cafe. So Spencer's supposed to leave practice, come with you to Slauson Cafe to find out that the girl is just fine and just got a little bit of nerves of entering back into a situation that she's already been in and it has set her up for failure kind of in the past. So he's sitting at Slauson Cafe with you, missing practice or film or something or more time for a team that is paying for him to be there and the head coach that don't want him there to begin with. Did I get that correct? Girl. Elise, no. Olivia never even made it to class. That's another point. Her overreacting is what triggered his overreaction. Come on, Antonio. Kofi says, I get what you're saying, Erica. All your points were valid. It came full circle for me when Asher had to remind Spencer that he had to reach down deep and try new strategies. Asher was solid with the wisdom. Except for when he decided to go and talk crazy to Coach Mr. Montez. Yo, JJ... They still using JJ for whatever they want to use JJ for, but I absolutely love it. Like, not Coach Mr. Montez, Coach Mrs. Montez. Like, what, JJ? But Asher had really great advice for Spencer, but he also was acting a fool too in how he talked to Coach Montez. Like, I really feel like they buying this audacity in bulk, y'all, and they storing it up for a rainy day and then coming like plow, like Uno cards, like Uno out. Why you don't want me to be your student coach? Why am I not your starting wide receiver? That's the energy they give it, and I don't like it for them. Tamara, hey, welcome in. Tamara says, now I'm feeling maybe Olivia should take a break. They are definitely showing that they need to mature separately and come back together when they are more established. Ciao. To me, the biggest thing from Olivia in this episode, she just had unrealistic expectations of Spencer. And I think why I was so triggered and pissed by it is because Spencer is still very much so in a place, which we saw at the top of the episode. He kind of shut it down, but then to me, where he goes at the end of the episode, it shows that he's also not in a place to fully shut it down. So while she's making these demands, he's going to try to accommodate, which is ultimately going to compromise him. And it would have been a different story if he was in a place of like, I already told you I ain't doing this. Or this is how it's going to be. This is my priorities and we need to agree upon it. Then that could be a thing and they could work towards that together. But he is too dependent on Olivia's validation, honestly. I think that's the words I want to use. Yeah. Euphoric Phil says, I honestly get both sides points of Spencer and Olivia. Okay. I think I would get Olivia's point more if it was a more serious situation. She really made this mountain out of a molehill. Nia says he hung up on her twice, actually. He was wrong for that part and that part only. The rest, I'm Team Spencer all the way. Now you said you can't steal what you never had or tried to secure in the first place, but I'm gonna leave Asher to have it. I can't. I cannot. Listen, Asher is in rare form. Oh, I mean, it's not the worst Asher that we've seen. I just was like, where do you get this audacity walking up to this man because you couldn't see what he was trying to get you to see? And it's just like, it's fine if you're frustrated, but I'm gonna need y'all to adjust y'all's attitudes for me because I just never experienced it. I could never imagine, even when my coaches were wrong, we could not come up and point out that our coach was wrong about something in a manner it was like, see, you had it all up. Like, what? Who raised y'all? Well, we know who raised y'all. I ain't even gonna ask that question. Shari says, I don't know why people in Crenshaw think it's that a good hiding place when everyone and their mom be in that cafe. Facts. Shari says Olivia overreacted because Jen wasn't even missing. Sis was hiding out in the open. Period. So yeah, that's what really stressed me about this episode, what really annoyed me about this episode. Again, I was riding for it. With Spencer hanging up, I was like, oh, he's standing up for himself. He prioritizing himself. It's a little rude, but I'm going to ride with it. I appreciate it. And then when we got to the end of the episode, I felt like all of that work had been undone. I ain't even going to hold you. And that really pissed me off. Aside from that, did I address what everybody else is saying? Unique says, damn, y'all make me want to go back and watch the scene again with Olivia. Please do. It was definitely given very much so selfish. Shari says Spencer was wrong for taking his frustrations out on Olivia. Olivia was wrong for expecting Spencer to drop everything and look for Jen. Yes. 100%. MB says, I love Liv, but I hope she doesn't turn into Asher because in this episode, she was definitely giving me that vibe when she was being too selfish. Liv knows he supports her, but she can't be too needy. Hello? And yes, Antonio, and this applies to other things besides sports. All right, so let's do a poll. What do y'all think should... Oh, I might have spelled Spencer's name wrong in it. Sorry, y'all. What do y'all think should be Spencer's number one priority right now? The poll is up. Go ahead and answer. Chandrika says their audacity comes from their privilege. Spencer clearly has been spending too much time in Beverly Hills. I bet he wouldn't dare try Grace like that. Maybe Mama Grace need to come up here and meet these coaches so that they can be cluing her into what's going on. Like, yo, your son was set tripping today. So that she could come up and handle it. Because Spencer done got his behind to this beach house. He done got his behind on his campus. He done got the girl of his dreams. And now he done completely lost all of the marbles that he had. And he had them before. They was in his possession before. But now all of a sudden they have gone missing. Eunice says, I think Spencer also needs to lay down some things straight for her to understand. If she understands the seriousness, she will adapt. Period. Lawrence, we can do that as the next poll. He want to marry that girl, so he's battling himself to make both things work. Wish she was willing to work as hard. And I think that's the biggest thing. I don't see her working as hard as him in this. I can't. I don't see it, and it's pissing me off. Like the old saying says, you can't fill someone else's cup if yours is empty. Say that, Tink. Say that. All right, last says Billy losing football caused her to lose her father. She's used to Spencer being this great athlete, this man of steel. So she hadn't prepared herself for the fact that him losing football is a possibility that could change him too. But if you love him for him, then regardless of what that makes him, then you should still be able to love him. Like, I kind of get where I think you were trying to go with it, Laz, but my thing is, these problems that are coming up in their relationship, they are creating. If you don't have the expectation that you see her twice a day, then it's not an issue when you don't see her twice a day. If you have the expectation that we handle whatever we have going on in our lives and we make time for each other when we can, and maybe debrief every night, then all that happened in this episode would have been a non-factor. But when you have other expectations that are competing with priorities and you're two separate people, I think that's also a problem of, like, when people get into relationships, yes, you are, what the hell? Yes, you are a couple, but you're still two individuals within this couple. So y'all have separate things that are going to be, impactful for you as a person. They were trying to move too much as if they are only a unit, and they're not. Olivia ain't playing football and you ain't writing articles. So y'all don't have the same walk. Y'all don't have the same journey. Period. Child, 15% of y'all said that Olivia Baker needs to be his number one priority. Lord have mercy. Well, okay. 32% says school. 53% says football. Get your last votes in if you haven't voted already. Also, give this video a like. I already gave y'all a bomb rant, I think, letting you know exactly how I feel. You can always go back and rewatch it, but make sure that you like this video while we're in here because it's getting real tonight. Drop your votes on what you feel like Spencer's number one priority should be right now. Eunice says this poll is tricky because I feel it's both school and football because he can't be failing his classes too. Both are a necessity. Yes, you right. But I did it that way on purpose. Spencer's ego is his problem. He's wrong for blowing up on her. Okay. I don't think his ego is what made him blow up on her. She's also his motivation too. I think that there's more wrong with that than you realize. She has to come to terms with football. That's the number one. With school, then the relationship can truly be enjoyable. Yes. All right, I'm about to end the poll, y'all. Right now we're at 53% saying football, 32% saying school, and 15% saying Olivia. Those 15%, if you voted, please, 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 if you are not married, and even if you are married, actually, do not make somebody else the number one priority in your life, because if you ain't good, nothing that you do for that person will ever be able to be good. But okay. Next poll. I'm very interested in this one, y'all. Answer this poll. If you ain't answer no other poll, answer this one. Cody, I need you to relax. I'm on live right now talking to the people about Spencer and Olivia. Y'all, while y'all answer the poll, it's going to be Cody's birthday this weekend, and I'm throwing him a doggy party at a park, and I'm very excited. We're going to cook out. Say hi to the people, Cody. Can you stop licking my finger? It's his birthday this weekend, and I'm so, so, so excited. Okay. Sydney says, listen, I love Olivia, but why is Olivia in this poll, Erica? Because I had to see where people was falling at, how they feel, okay? Like, I was just, trying to garner understanding. Just so y'all know my answer, I feel like he should definitely be prioritizing school, and then right after school should be football. But they kind of go hand in hand, like one of the other subbies mentioned. Also, if you're new here and you're just popping in, hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure that you hit the like button. I haven't been able to check the video. Let me check and see what the video is giving on likes, because I don't even know, y'all. I've been sitting up here talking with y'all, going on this rant about what pissed me off about this episode. Can I read this real quick? It's going to act crazy. Okay. Yes, let's run these likes up right now. We got about half the likes of what is in the chat right now. Go ahead and like this video for me, y'all. Thank y'all for sending him birthday wishes. Thank you. Ethan said, you'll answer this poll. The last one was out of pocket. Kenny says, I think Coach Mr. Montez was super nice to Asher. He had no reason to talk to that man like that. Literally, it's the audacity. All right, right now in the poll, which we started 2 minutes ago, 63% of y'all say that Olivia should not take a break. 37% says yes. I'm going to keep it going for a little bit while we keep moving. HUH, he shouldn't have to choose. That's unrealistic, honestly. In the season, depending on the seasons of your life, you do have to choose and you have to shift priorities. He cannot prioritize Olivia and give her all this time and attention while also giving time to bridging the gap between where he was as a star high school athlete and where he's trying to go as a star collegiate athlete and potential NFL hopeful. It's just not realistic. Now, I don't know, maybe you mean that he shouldn't have to choose and that they should be able to structure their relationship in a way that she's able to take a back seat and able to play the background while he does, spend a lot more time in school and on the football field. Then I will 100% agree with you, because our relationships are our own, right? Like, our relationships are literally whatever we want them to be, whatever we say that we want them to be. And that's about communicating with one another. Some people might, be in a relationship and they have to be with their partner every single day, all day. Other people might see their partners on the weekends while they power through the week. If this person is a CEO and this person is something else. So I think that they need to really sit down and define what their relationship is going to look like if they want to see it actually make it. They really have to come to common ground of what their expectations are within this relationship, because otherwise, if we keep getting stuff like this, they can go ahead and give it up for me. What's y'all vote, though? Should Olivia take a break? Dante says no, because this is something that they should be able to work on without taking a break. If they have to take a break, the relationship is already over. Sweetness says, I don't care. Spencer look good as hell in this episode. I mean, his little doo-doops and it's given. His whole look on the second part of this season has been given. Daniel Ezra is looking mighty good. Antonio says, yeah, they should. They don't have time to invest what they need to in each other and themselves and their craft. Bria says, I don't think a break needs to be taken. I just think boundaries and priorities need to be put in place and be respected. Yeah, okay. Vanessa says, I'm for the break as long as they get back together before the end of the season, possibly with an engagement. Not an engagement, girl. I was with you until you said he had to come up with a damn ring. Lord. Nadira says, they just need to get both their perspectives out. What's breaking up going to do, especially if they don't talk? They need to be actively communicating because they are not on the same page. Okay. Naya says, my answer. I'm going to buy out of this one. Ciao. Christina says, they don't need to break up. They just need to grow up. Boundaries and communication is key. Okay. Hey, John. Welcome in. John is saying, just because you need to work on stuff and you need to take a part in terms of managing time, there's no need to take a break from the relationship. Okay. All right, y'all. So 64% of y'all really agree with each other and are saying no. Olivia does not need to take a break as of now. I I am not going to vote either way. If I get another episode like this, I'm going to be voting for it's a yes. I didn't like how Olivia wanted Spencer to not even just prioritize her, but prioritize Jen in this moment. And it was honestly, sir, I think he needs to go out, y'all. But not only prioritizing her, but prioritizing Jen. And one of the most dramatic moments for him in being confronted by the coach. So it's a lot. All right, speaking about the rest of the episode, because we didn't spend the whole, we spent a whole hour and 20 minutes on Olivia. Also, y'all mentioned in this episode, Billy as principal, child. All right, so, and then there's parts of that piss me off too, y'all. I like Billy, leaning in, coming up with new ideas, bringing Preach in. I thought that was great. They found something to do with Preach that keeps him around because he's been missing in action all this time. And I'm just like, okay. And, Preach is able to actually, get these boys to turn themselves around and straighten up. And I love that. The thing that I don't like about the Billy Baker as principal storyline is that they're going to use it to turn Grace into the villain. And I don't like that. I am not here for it. I want no parts of it. I did not subscribe to it. So why is it being delivered to me? It's really a problem for me. I get that Billy wants to stay principal and he's liking this new attention and all of that. And I agree. Like, even with his conversation with Grace about Preach, yes, he is an ex-felon, but he, has been great with the kids. He's been great with his community since he's come home. He shouldn't still be paying for, crimes that he's already served prison time for. But I do think that Grace is she would be a better fit as principal. Now, I know that they're going to go head to head. I just wish, it feels like it's about to get nasty, and I would like for them to have a nice little battle. I don't want them to paint Grace out to be the villain in that she's going to be the one talking like, yeah, well, he got a felony and he is this and he is that. And it's just like, girl, you really already know the struggles of these black men in this community. I don't want Grace to be having certain dialogue. And that's the part that's like really not sitting well with me. LaShonda says, I love Preach. Man, Coop and Preach G's, Armani says. This episode was the most I like Preach since probably season 2, says Eric. Christina says, I can't take Billy seriously. I can't. Can't Billy just be a part of the PTA or something? Exactly. That position does actually work for Preach. So hopefully when Grace wins, she does see that Preach needs to continue and hopefully maybe even be a teacher at the school. Centrica says, why I feel like the woman Grace is talking about is herself. She could have just said that. She is definitely talking about herself. And the fact that Billy ain't said and it feels like he ain't get it, he's not going to get it till next episode. I'm like, boy, you didn't get what she was putting down? Preach didn't have to raise his voice or anything with them boys. Yes. They need to work together, principal and assistant principal. Maybe that's where they'll go, Favor. Like, maybe that's where they'll ultimately get to, but they're about to try to battle it out because, Billy really likes this idea. He likes the feeling of being principal, and he might be doing a good job. I feel like he likes the attention more than anything, but, we're going to go ahead and let him have it. I like that. And while talking to him, Grace is like, you're a really great man, but you also have a little bit of selfish tendencies. And she was able to like address certain things. So I did like that part of the dialogue. I just don't like if they're going to use her to be like the pillar of what's right and how she's going to have to articulate some of the other things. I'm like, I don't want to see her do that. I don't want to see them villainize her. Janine, Grace started started doing more with the school when Carter got there. She was, doing plans for their community garden. And then from there, she got okay to do another project and revitalizing the school and helping bringing more things into the school to increase or make the environment better. But if Billy knew Grace wanted to be principal the way he feels about her, he would gladly give up the spot. I don't know. After seeing him in this episode, I don't know if he's going to gladly give up the spot. Lawrence, what? Who made Grace the CEO of Crenshaw? She was bossy tonight. I can't. Yes, I did see the preview for next episode. The fact that they keep dragging on Coop, Preach, Mo, and Amina storyline is very tiring. Well, maybe we about to come to an end. Basically, the detective or whatever who was on the murder of Mo is back, and that happened in this episode. It is stressing Patience out, honey, and Patience really don't deserve all this. And I'm like, girl, hang in there, I guess, because you really love Tamia down, but you told her not to lie, even though she needed to lie. Honestly, I'm still standing behind that. I'm standing behind Tamia had to lie to this man. But apparently this man is still looking into it. I'm hoping that Laura Baker is going to be able to work some magic and throw him off the scent. Because it's going to be very clear. Like, even if you think back to like how they were like how she was shot, the positioning, or no, well, Coop was dropped off at the place. So they actually didn't get that from the crime scene. So maybe it's not as cut and dry. But to me, it just feels like you can tell that Coop was lying if anybody did any mathing, but nobody misses Mo except for Amina. So nobody was around doing the math. But clearly, this detective is trying to do the math and figure out something else. So we apparently is going to be worrying about Coop moving forward and if she's going to have to go to jail. But honestly, y'all, if Coop goes to jail for Mo's murder, it would give her a storyline. That sounds so bad. She ain't doing nothing else, y'all. She's not doing anything else. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Kobe says definitely Preach was cool, but next episode things will get iffy considering the police are still investigating Mo murder. Do I think that Preach gets arrested and goes to jail? Will Laura be his attorney? But somebody's going to have to give Preach his name because they don't even have Preach's name. Like, he don't have nothing to point towards Preach. Kenny says, at this point, take Tamia away. She wants to go to jail. Her actions are saying that. John says, I wouldn't mind her going to jail. I'm annoyed with her at this point. And well, I'm already annoyed with her. I can't. I mean, Patience didn't ask what she got going on. How he didn't expect to see Laura at her own home is baffling. You just show up and antagonizing Patience. Yes, you stuck your damn foot in this door. Don't ever do that to me, people, because you will be missing toes messing around with Erica. Messing around with Erica. Oh, we finna play a game with your foot in this door. Yes, we are. Mo tried the same daggone thing. I'm weak. Prison got a lot of activities to occupy Coop. Yo, I don't want Coop to go to jail, but I also want something of meaning to happen, and I do want to be freed. I want to be freed from the shackles of Tyrone and his lineage and all of their storylines. I want to be freed, y'all. Coop storyline is so tiring. Yes. You can pull T.I. record an album in jail. If she wants to pick up music, maybe that's the only thing that's going to make her want to go back and pick up music again. Yeah, y'all. So that's happening. What else was happening in this episode? Some of y'all pointed to it earlier. Ladera, Grace actually got her degree in education, I believe, when we saw her graduate last season. Oh, I love Layla's storyline as it continues, y'all. But actually, I'm going to be right back. Let me run him out really quick. Y'all, drop your thoughts on Layla, Sabine in this episode, and then your All-American Homecoming thoughts as well, because we're going to go right into that when I come back.
Take me somewhere far away. Take me somewhere far away from here. feel. You got me in my feelings. Don't wanna make it real. You got me in my feelings. Can't fight the way I feel. You got me in my feelings. Don't wanna make it real. You got something that I need. Yeah, I need. Ooh, ooh. All I want is you. All I. Ooh, ooh. All I want is you. All I. Ooh, ooh. Take me somewhere. Take me somewhere. Take me somewhere. Take me somewhere. Take me somewhere far away from here. From here. Take me somewhere far away from here. From here. Take me somewhere far away from here. From here. Take me somewhere far away from here. From here. Take me somewhere far away from here. From here. Take me somewhere far away from here. From here. Take me somewhere far away from here. From here.
Okay, sorry about that, y'all. Let me see what everybody is talking about. Layla, child. And I said this, I did the video talking about why Layla can't commit in the discourse in that comment section. But if I'm gonna be honest, the real discourse came from a bunch of people who are not actual supporters of the channel and who are blindly just blindly obsessed, I guess, with Olivia, and had a problem with me making a statement that I felt like Layla can't commit to Clay because of Spencer. If y'all haven't checked that video out already, please go ahead and do so. I think I do a good job of breaking down my thoughts around that and like proof or evidence to point to Spencer being a very big part of that. But I think like this episode just gave me more ammunition for my thoughts behind that, because even with Sabine talking to Layla, like, I'm trying to figure out why you holding back, like what's going on with you, what is it that you really want, and her admitting that, you know, she has, you know, tricked herself into thinking or trying to convince herself that the indie route is going to be enough, in hopes of like not competing with her dad and not just going down that route and doing all of that. I was just like, yes, I love this. This is really calling to some of her insecurities and some of the things that she has been holding silently. And to me, it's just a point that I think throughout the rest of season 4, we're going to continue to see Layla revisit some of the things from the past, some of the she's going to be addressing the mindset that she has cultivated for herself, and then also reassessing some of the learned behaviors or beliefs that she has created based off of her circumstances. And this started with this conversation with Sabine. I think it's going to go into, you know, her relationship with Clay or any romantic partner moving forward. And I'm really excited to see her continue to expose certain things about herself and address it so that she can move forward and really be happy and really be doing the things that she wants to do. I really enjoyed it. Adriana says, I hope Layla lets her guard down and gives Clay a chance. Official Dejanay says, am I the only one that wanted to see Clay and Layla being awkward in the studio with each other? Listen, I wanted Clay to walk in with a little coffee order because he know exactly how she like it. And be like, oh, Sabine, did you want coffee? I didn't know you was here either. I'll go get you some. Like, just give it. Like, yes. HEH says, Layla outfit was it for me. She slayed. Yes. Layla becomes so big, she off the show. Wait, what? I don't know what that means. Hey, y'all can hear me, right? Okay, I cut my mic back on. Layla got in her own head in that studio. Yeah, she started out like trying to give Sabine all of these things that she thought that she wanted. She like, no, I came for that Layla Keating sound. And I was like, you better gas her up. You better, yes. Layla, like, you do this, girl. You is that girl. Cut it. Cut it out. Tink Loves Music says Layla has a lot of trauma from the men in her life. She does. She does. And we seeing her unpack it, and I'm really enjoying that. Like, I'm really enjoying seeing, you know, what does life look like as she, you know, tries to unpack and heal from some of the things that she's been, you know, put into and all of that. Yeah. I love that JoJo is pushing her because her friends are not around. Chill. That's a thing. But then, her friends also, everybody has their own thing going on. So I can't even be mad in this moment. Like, as everybody goes to college, I'm not necessarily expecting for everybody to be like on each other and like, no, okay, something is off with Layla, or something's going on with Jordan, or this is going on with Spencer. All of them really need to refocus to themselves. And seeing Layla, off to herself in this episode and like doing what she got to do and not necessarily in college, it's in a much stable place than she was last season. But then also it's expected because everybody has shifted in reference to these next levels in their lives. And we finished talking about All American. Layla and the MFing JoJo chef's kiss. Give me more, because contrary to popular opinion, Layla's storyline is the only one thing popping and giving nuance for me. Okay, Naya, you better say that. Are we done with All American? Because we can go on to All American Homecoming, because Jordan comes to visit in All American Homecoming. And I ain't gonna hold y'all. Jordan wasn't giving nearly as much energy as I thought he was going to give. So I wasn't even mad at him throughout the whole episode. Everything that he did was within reason. It was within understanding. MBS says that Spencer, Liv, and Layla need to have a conversation about the whole situation, because it's about time to have the talk, and so that Layla can get some clarity. I agree. Wait, what's Kenny's theory? Kenny's All-American Homecoming theory is JR's mom and Coach Marcus had young Damon. So then why would JR's daddy love him so much? I'm not ruling it out, because honestly, the way that they have wrapped up this secret so beautifully, like they have literally hidden it in a treasure trove and threw their hole into the ocean, and we cannot get to the bottom of it. So I'm not ruling out any theories, but I was really just sitting there trying to think about it. Like, so then why would his father like him so much, and then why is he so much like his father? But if he was in the house before, but then he said that the baby disappeared around like 3. Child, I don't know. Oh yeah, we can definitely go live on Instagram. Hold on. My camera is forever dirty, y'all. 1 second. So that y'all can give me your thoughts. Alright. Let me just pull this up. While y'all are continue dropping y'all's theories, so that's gonna be the biggest thing. All American Homecoming was given everything that needed to be gave. I so enjoy watching this show from beginning to end. It's so authentic, it's so thought-provoking. It gives you all the vibes. Like, all of the vibes. What's up? I'm going live here for people who want to jump into my live on IG. So if you want to chime in, we're talking about All American Homecoming right now. If you want to chime in, then if you're on YouTube, open up Instagram and join my live. But if you're on IG only, then just so that y'all know, maybe I should post a comment. Actually, let me pull this up first. Maybe I can open it. Sorry, Naya and Melissa, I just sent it to our group chat just because I'm trying to find a link for it. Don't mind me. Okay. Let me mute this for a second. All right, y'all. Bear with me, YouTube, while I get this all set up. Let me post a comment here. Post pin. Okay. All right. All right, so if you want to, okay, become a miss. All right, let me get this back set up because clearly I cut that off. All right, so the IG live is open if you would like to chat with me. Miss, hold on one second, y'all. Hold on one second, love. Give me 2 seconds.
Take me somewhere far away from here, from here. Take me somewhere far away from here, from here. Take me somewhere.
Hey, Miss Becoming, you there? Miss Becoming, you there?
From here. I need you to listen, listen. I want you.
If y'all want to go live with me, then drop a request in the IG live. My Instagram is at ericavane.com.
Don't wanna make it real. You got me in my feelings. Can't fight the way I feel. You got me in my feelings. Don't wanna make it real.
Okay, Miss Becoming, I'm going to, okay, because you weren't saying anything. Hey Lou, we on live on we're on live on YouTube, and right now this Instagram is open so that people can patch into the Instagram, into the YouTube. Can y'all hear me on YouTube fine? Like everything is good? I hope this is right. While I wait for the request over here on Instagram, let me go ahead back to what we were discussing. Okay. So in All-American Homecoming, Jordan comes to visit for alumni weekend. He's surprising. Well, no, he's not surprising Simone. But he surprises her in the moment that, he finds her because her and Damon just happened to fall asleep. When I was watching, y'all, I was literally like, Simone, get your ass up. What are you doing, girl? I can't. I absolutely can't. I really, really enjoyed this episode. And we get to see, they are literally, spoon feeding, dropping breadcrumbs, and dancing around all of these paternity questions. All of the... I won't say will they, won't they, because I'm Team Jermone. I'm still going to be Team Jermone. I'm going to ride for Team Jermone, period. I'm on that ship. Don't care. But we know that Damon feels away, which kind of makes my video age poorly because I had a whole video talking about how Damon is really Simone's friend. And it's so clear how he feels about her in this episode. So much so that he goes and finds a little girl, Erica, that he's trying to occupy his time with because he's feeling away. He going to be getting in JR's butt next week because he really thinks that they got something going on. And I'm just like, oh, child. Okay, Kobe wants to chat about All-American Homecoming. Is he there? Accept it. It didn't do anything. Okay. Hi. How are you? So you're Kofi from YouTube? Well, nice to see you. Oh, so you really hanging strong with me like mad late. Let me go ahead and pat you in. Right.
Be on here and join live. I literally downloaded Instagram like 5 minutes ago.
So you're Kofi from YouTube?
Yeah.
Well, nice to see you.
Yeah, I'm on the East Coast. I'm actually in Florida, so it's midnight over here. So.
Oh, so you really hanging strong with me like mad late. Let me go ahead and pat you in right now so we can let you say, your piece with this. How you feel about the All American Homecoming episode?
I thought it was pretty solid,
Hold on 1 second. Let me make sure that they can hear y'all.
Okay.
They can hear you. Hold on 1 second, Kofi. Can y'all hear? I think they can. Hopefully. All right. How do you feel about it?
Yo, I thought the episode was pretty good. I thought that everybody's storylines were pretty solid. One that really intrigued me was with Cam and where he goes from here. And I thought it was interesting that he and Keisha had that conversation, but she was really showing concern about him going through the surgery to, see if he could fix his brain aneurysm, and then he ultimately decides not to go through with it. So I'm here for whatever, life takes him. I'm not sure what they're going to do because he was killing it in that baseball game. So maybe he might play baseball, or maybe his path is going to be different, because I really appreciated that conversation he had with Coach Marcus Turner, saying, hey, man, sports ain't the end-all, be-all. I mean, you got to find different avenues out here. So it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen with Cam. And then, yeah, I'm just going to go on a limb. I know Auntie said that there ain't nothing going on with Damon being his mom, but that facial expression she gave as soon as she went out the door, I was like, oh, you hiding something. Like, you feel guilty about something. And then
you feel guilty about something, man. What is going on? She told Simone with a straight face, girl, you have nothing to worry about. She even threw in some chuckles. And then you go see Marcus, and it's like,
yeah. And then I felt bad for JR in the sense that his dad told him his parents are getting divorced, so that might just push him to do some uncharacteristic things that, I don't know. I never got Snake vibe from, okay, maybe he was a little bit of a snake in this episode, but for the most part, I thought JR's been solid through these 4 episodes, so I'm really curious to see what's going to happen next week. Especially, I don't know if you peeped the promo, but it looks like he and Nate are going to be having some words that I have no idea what that's about, so I'm going to be excited to see what happens next week.
Yeah, I am too. Going back to what you said about Cam, I'm very excited about them fleshing out Cam's story and giving him more meat. This little slow shit that's building with Cam and Keisha, I'm here for it. Like,
that I seen that a mile away. I mean, I knew that was gonna go down, and she, he can't be like, an arrogant little prick asshole sometimes, but I think in this series, at least this season, we're going to see him pull back layers, and we're going to see a side of Camp that we've never seen before, where he opens up more and he's a little bit more vulnerable. When we've known Cam from All American, he's the antithesis of Spencer. Like, he's this arrogant, I think I'm the ish, and you can't F with me. But we might actually see a different side of him that's like, vulnerable and a little bit more scared about what's going to happen now that I can't play athletics. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen with him.
I agree. And honestly, this episode, watching him, I was just like, has he never been in a relationship before? Because everything about like what's playing out, like how he is being all weird with Keisha. And so of course it leans into his ego to be so standoffish, but like in her giving him the advice that she did and like just showing that she cares, Cam was giving me vibes of like nobody didn't love me before and now people care about me and I got friends and I don't know what to do with myself.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you feel that?
Yeah, definitely felt that vibe. And, you know, I'll forgive him for I think, was it episode 2 he got hurt and then they found out about his brain injuries? Yeah, I'm going to forgive him for how he snapped on Keisha like that because you remember, he just got life-changing news that his potential athletic career is over. So, and I think he's looking at it that, Keisha, you still got a chance to live out your dream while my dream has just been snatched away from me. So, yeah, I understood why he was a little bit, you know, maybe insensitive and he threw it back at her face. But, you know, I think he gonna need her and she's gonna lean on him. And the way those two might, you know, get together and bring out the best in each other, I'm here for it. I'm really here for it.
I agree. Even with her giving the advice about, you know, the brain surgery, I'm like, Keisha, I know that you don't want to go to medical school, girl, but anytime any kind of medical thing pop up, you the one to have in the room. Like, you know what you're talking about, and you're very well versed in it. So I agree with you that they are going to definitely complement each other beautifully and really be great helps to each other's journeys. And I'm excited to see that too. Oh, wait, did I lose you? Also going to something that Kofi, go back to the go back to the YouTube. If you would like to get on cam with me, then come over to Instagram right now and send me a request to join in my live and I will be able to bring you up similar to how I did Kofi. Thank you so much for jumping on with me, Kofi. And I appreciate your thoughts so very much. Tink says, Amara's laugh was super fake. Cam Isha all day. I'm totally here for Cam Isha. And I told myself, I said, I'm not getting on board with no other ships. Then Will and Lisa and Bel-Air got me. And now Cam Isha is coming for me. Like, they trying to put me in a chokehold too. I'm trying to limit the amount of ships that I be shipping. Jamone is giving me all that I need. Like, I gotta put a lot of effort and thought into Jamone. Like, they got a lot going on. But in this episode, I thought that Jamone navigated the potential struggles from jealousy and like, what are you and Damon doing? I thought that they handled this beautifully, y'all. Like, they just really did a great job of, while Jordan did have his moment of like, not throwing a tantrum, but walking off. I feel like he needed to do that. He needed to communicate how serious he was because Simone wasn't necessarily taking him seriously. I do agree that the way that the writers have written it, y'all, they have put it in a way that it could go either way. At the end of the episode, Simone could have been looking like, oh, Damon, I'm missing out. Or I feel like she could be looking like worried about him taking this journey to go and find his, you know, his biological parents. But I just really appreciate where they have us at with Jordan and Simone. To me, in this episode, while we did get the whole jealousy storyline, Simone reconfirmed to Jordan, like, yo, you're not getting rid of me that easily. Like, I'm not going anywhere. And you're not going to have to worry about that. So I don't actually see them coming to an end anytime soon. They to me were giving, you know, normal long distance couple vibes. And I love that Jordan was able to get over his issues and still show up for her game and still be and just do certain things because he was prioritizing their relationship and that's what he had been there for. So I had no problems in seeing the little bit of strife that we saw with Jamone, but then also seeing how they came back together. Even seeing Simone like tell Jordan like, Damon is going to be my friend and I need you to be okay with that. Like, that's the type of conversation that you have. That's how you need to handle situations similar to this. And I loved it. You gonna watch it in the morning, Lou? If Simone hurts Jordan, you gonna hate her for real, child. I don't know if it's going to end. I don't know if it's going to do it anytime soon. Like, I don't know if we're going to actually get Jamone ended in season 1 like y'all claim. Angela says, I don't think that Amara is Damon's mom because she clearly sees how her niece feels about Damon. Would she risk them hooking up knowing they are related? That's a valid point. That's a very, very valid point. Okay, Desiree wants to go live. Once she gets on here, then we can talk. I was proud of Jordan for not going, even though he wanted to, or for not going, even though he wanted to. I heck, he wanted Damon to be there, his place though, because he knows she wants, because she knows he has a man child. Messy Tink. Oh, going off. Okay. Hi, Desiree.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
All right, I'm going to patch you in 1 second once this updates over here on the computer so we can put you through to YouTube.
Okay.
Alrighty. Hey. Hi.
Hello. Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
All right, I'm going to patch you in 1 second once this updates over here on the computer so we can put you through to YouTube.
Okay.
Alrighty. How you feeling about the episode thus far? Homecoming.
It's definitely been crazy. I've been trying to figure out some things.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely say, like, there's so many questions I have with who could be Damon's parents, because it's like, on one hand you have like I think it's JR's dad. Him and Damon look a lot alike. When they were like hugging or whatever on the field, I was like, dang, he looks more like his son than his actual son. And then I also want to know what's up with the Coach Turner. I had to remember his character's name. What's up with him and Amara, because she was like, you broke up with me and you just like left for a while and you never explained to me what happened with that. He was like, leave the past in the past. Sir, obviously she wants to know, because why are you not telling her, like, okay, now you're making this an even bigger deal than I originally thought. So could you be his dad? Like, now I want to know. Like, there's so many things. And yeah, she was like trying so hard to convince Simone that she wasn't, like, she didn't have any secrets, I'll say, or whatever. Like, so it's like everybody is hiding something, and I need the truth, because y'all are all hiding too much, and I need to know what's going on.
Literally that. For me, the one thing that I believe, and I'm going to hold on to this, is that Marcus is Damon's father.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that.
Yeah, I kind of do too.
Given that, but it's also given how they try to swing Billy up in there and create this little narrative real quick for Spencer Daddy and give us the okie doke. So I feel like JR's daddy might be a distraction. I'm going to say that I think that Coach Turner is Damon's daddy, but he don't know it.
Oh, that's good. That's good, especially if he met somebody like during that time he was gone after him and Amara broke up. That's good. Like, yeah, I could see that. It's so many different things.
You got this missing time. She got this missing time. You done went off to the
right.
minor league. You don't know when you left school to go to the minor league.
Right. And why did she take time off of school? Yeah, it's just not adding up. It's so many inconsistencies going on in everybody's life that I need to know. And they wouldn't let that friend speak either. She kept bringing up stuff, and they kept cutting her off. Like, Jordan and Simone walked up and everything, like, no, let her speak, because she over here giving us tidbits. We need it.
Exactly.
I need to know what's going on.
Exactly. So I'm definitely going to create a few videos with some thoughts, because my heart is telling me that Coach Turner is Damon's dad, and my heart is telling me that Amara is actually Simone's mama.
Yeah, I'm feeling that too, that she could really be her mom, because she seems more like Simone than the mom did.
She really does.
She really does, and it's very much giving, y'all kept this a secret that she really had this baby, and you just raised her as your own. It's very much giving that. I don't know. And I'm sorry for all the Simone fans or whatever, Jamone fans, but I knew before they were supposed to get back remarried that they weren't going to. I knew Simone was going to call off the wedding even before everything before Layla was talking to her, I knew it. I was like, she's not gonna go back through with it, and she was the main one. And so I was happy when Liv was like going off on her, because I'm like, yes, you were like so gung ho for it, sis. Now what's changed? Damon in this school, like, come on. And
yeah, they could definitely be married and still in school. So I was all for. I was just like,
the way her face fell when Damon came in with that other girl, like, nah, sis, why you look sad? If your man is supposed to be your everything, why you look sad that somebody else is with your friend? So she said it. She was like, I'm so glad we're friends, but you were just looking sad when he left with another girl. Listen, it's not adding up.
The math is not mathing, but I have chosen to stake my flag on this ship. But I will say, for the record, that Simone gets me in the divorce. Okay, so I'm going with Mama Simone regardless.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeling I'm a Spayla and Jordan. Like, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling Jordan and
Layla.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. It's just something about it. I don't know. Even more than Clay. Clay is cute and everything, but I'm feeling it even more. Like, it's just, they're giving in their hearts that they know each other, like, really, really well. And Clay is nice and he means well, but I just see, like, him stepping on her toes way too much because he doesn't know her that well. And I just feel like it really wouldn't know people. Work. I mean, yeah, you can get to know people, but I just have something. I don't know what it is, and I just got to see more. But back on Homecoming, I also want to see more of Thea's story, which is kind of a little weird because she's so lonely, and we see that in the episode where Simone tries to throw her birthday party, and she's used to being the best, and then Simone comes and she almost beats her in the match. The only reason I think she didn't was because she had already went up against so many other people. And I see that. And also, Thea's grandmother knows it too because of her wanting to, go up against Simone. So I would like to see that dynamic when she realizes that, I may not be the best at everything. Like, I feel like she's going to crash and burn with that. And it may be Simone, the one who has to come and, pick her back up again. Yeah. And just giving the thought.
I love that. Listen, are you a creative writer, screenwriter? Because you got stories.
No, but I read so much. Like, I'm talking thick books. Okay. And I have since I was little. Like, I was the kid who was like 8 years old sneaking, adult books in the bathroom because I was bored. And they'd be like, where have you been for an hour? Oh, nothing. I was just in the bathroom, And when I got to middle school, they were like, you're on college level reading already. But everybody always asks me, do I write? And I'm like, no, I'm more of a reader. But, I mean, I have little thoughts in my head, but I never have them, like, written down. I mean,
you don't have to. You can also just really, really enjoy great stories. That's fine, too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Desiree. I love all your theories.
Thank you.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Okay, I'll make sure to keep watching, even if I can't in real time. Okay. I'll make sure to go back.
Okay, y'all. It is super late on the East Coast. I love y'all so very much, but let's go ahead and wrap it up because I understand it is so late and my dog wants to go back out again, child. If y'all are just tuning in, well, actually, I'm going to say bye to the IG so I can go ahead and get off of here. IG, I am on YouTube Live every Monday night talking about All-American and All-American Homecoming. I will try to do this more where I'll open up an IG Live so that I can patch y'all in and talk with y'all and we can discuss the show a little bit more. I'm about to cut this here, but you can always go check out my rewatch on YouTube of all of my thoughts around the series, both series in the All-American universe. Thank y'all for watching. Okay, y'all. All right. Y'all, I have my breakdowns coming tomorrow. There'll be breakdowns as well as preview videos. There's so much to talk about. There's going to be some subject videos as well. because it was a lot going on. If you're just popping on to here or you're catching a rewatch, thank you so much for checking it out and making it all the way to this point. But if you're just popping on right now live, then go back and rewatch it. I have a huge rant at the top of the live where I really go into All American. Coley, give me a second. I promise we're about to go. This has been so great. Every Monday night we go live talking about All American and All American Homecoming, the All American universe. If I missed anything, I will be breaking it down in my breakdown video. So if you're new, hit that subscribe button. Before you head out tonight, please give this video a like. I want to get to 100 likes on the video in real time. Just to say that you like the content, you love the conversation, you're gonna go ahead and give a like to the video. I would greatly appreciate it. It has been so real. Thank y'all for staying up with me so late, and I'm gonna see y'all in the comment section of these breakdown and these preview videos. I have a feeling it's gonna get real. Enjoy the rest of your week. Join me on Wednesday night for my Sisters Live. That will be the mid-season finale for Sisters Live, as well as Thursday night for my Bel Air Live. I go live 3 times a week. If y'all want to keep the conversation going about the hottest television shows out right now, you can join me, and I will see you then. Bye.